Hello and welcome back to my Diecast collector channel, and in this video I'm excited to show you my first ever Gundams that I have received. So this is the Metal Robot Spirit line from the Bandai and Tamashii Nation. So this is a premium collectible item. This is not the model kits that where you have to actually assemble all the plastic pieces together into a robot, and this is already built. So yeah, so when you out of the box, straight out of the box, you get figures and you got quite a lot of accessory with it. So this is one thing about the Bandai's and Tamashii Nation. So they come with so many different accessories, so you can have so many possibility and loads of possibility, and it's incredible, really. It's not like a Hot Toys where you only have a few pair of fists and hands, and this one has so many different pieces there. So I have at the moment I have 4 Gundams in my collection. I have one on the way next week, and then I have 2 on pre-orders, and possibly I'm gonna get a couple more as well. So yeah, so I'm really in love with the Metal Robot. I really liked it since I was young. I remember quite a lot of animation that I watched when I was in my childhood, and obviously I don't remember much of the storyline. And the first one I remember is a Gundam, the origin and storyline about 2 kids and where their parents were, the king was murdered. Basically, the 2 kids become orphan and they have to run away from the home country, and the boys become the very good at in military schools, and he become a Gundam pilot, try to revenge for his fathers, and I think the daughter is gone a different separate way. I don't remember, to be honest, but I really like the story. I actually, yeah, so but then again I stopped watching Gundams when I grow up, and yeah, sidetrack with all the other different action movie and stuff, Star Wars and stuff like that. So I haven't been in touch with Gundam until recently. So yeah, so here we are. So this is my first Gundam. Now, this is really impressive. I mean, this the only problem with I have with the Gundam is they are very small. This is only about 5 or 6 inches tall. Yes, they come with a lot of accessory, but they are very small figures. They are not really big, and they are fairly expensive as well, I have to say. Okay, so the minimum price for Gundam is about in the UK is about £130, and this one I got from Amazon for £130. With the deliveries and everything, it's about £140 roughly. And so I don't tend to buy Gundams that cost more than £200. Now, obviously I could, but I just think that it's not worth the money because it's just overpriced for something that's so small, and then you're paying over £200, so which is ridiculous. So which is why I keep trying referring to you guys about Transformer the from 30. They are really worth the money. They only cost about £250, £200, but you got like nearly 1/6 scale figures, like like 12 inches tall and full of die cast and loads of articulations, and they have quite a few accessories that come with it as well. So I really like those Transformer line, and they're really really good for the price. But Gundams is really expensive, I have to say. But I like them. This is a problem. That's why I don't have a choice. I keep buying them, and I already have quite a few in my collection now. So anyway, so in terms of accessory on this particular figures is I have already put pretty much everything on it. And so this is really fully kitted, max out accessory on this guy body. Obviously he come with quite a few pair of fists and hands, so they're all ball jointed. You just pull it out and put it back in. It's fairly easy. So you got a couple of fists as standard, and you got relaxed hands. So they are nicely sculpted. Actually, I really like the little details in them. They are rubbery feel as well, so they are not gonna break by all means. So, and they always come in the beam saver, so they always have the soul as a beam. Um, then you got a massive one here. This is ridiculous. Really bigger than the actual character itself. It's like and that is for this is soul, and this is a double riser. You got another beam effects, and you got something that joins both hands the soul together. So this one, it has 7 souls actually. So this is the GN double riser. So this one has been in the very first Gundam that they come out on that. Obviously, there's a new version of this one come out last year or so, and they even have more details and more color things and stuff like that. So anyway, let's get into a bit more detail on this guy. So this is really big, backpacks, huge actually, and this is actually like a jet plane, and you can actually pull this off. So all the Gundams, one thing they all have in common is they all have a beam saber. They all come in the either some kind of like a backpack. The only difference that you're gonna get is that they have slight designs on the accessories, and the way that the design is different. But they all have one thing in common: is they all have a backpack, they all have a beam saber, and they can all move exactly the same way. All the articulation are exactly the same thing. But it's a different features. Is the this one is a 7 souls. So this one has loads of different souls. So this one count as 1 soul. So you got 2 on each side. So that's 2 there, and you got another 1 souls in here, which is the so that's another 2. So he's holding 1 here. And then you got another 2 beam sabers, which is attached to his bottom, which is kind of weird place to put. This is there. Right, so basically that's already 6 souls in total, and then the 7th one is the biggest one, which is this. So this one is you can actually bring it down, and then that will treat it as the really the final 7 souls. Now this one can go with this as well, so you can see it's huge. It's ridiculous. I mean, the guy is tiny, and then the gun, his soul is very long actually. That's one thing about Japanese, and the Gundams are really cool design, but their weapons are ridiculously impossible in a real life. They're so big, but it also looks so cool as well, which is why I like them. So if you fold it down, and this is become treated as a gun, but if you put it up, then this is obviously soul. And this sword is also, you can turn into a gun, by the way. So if I take this out, so the thing about Gundam, they have so much articulations. If I had to spend time showing the individual pieces, and this video will be at least half an hour for sure. I mean, I don't want to spend that long talking about one videos on one characters. So you can see that you can actually bring it down, and then you can actually open some of the pieces around. That's one thing about Gundam. They have all the little things that you can actually move, you can twist. It makes it so interesting. It's very different. So you can see this one looks like a gun, and then you can put this one, and it will become a soul. So you just put all kind of different pieces around like this. You can see it's really cool beam effects, as well as guns and blade. So that's one of the things. You can have this one with this and put it together, and then you can put this another one on this side, and this will become massive. You can hold it here, and then it's really big weapons. So yeah, that's one thing. And then all these pieces, you can actually take it out as well. So this is a side panel. You can rotate all of those one actually. I mean, if you put it there, you can rotate. Yeah, you can treat it as a shield if you want. And even though the backpack is so big and heavy, it's really stay there, because the whole thing is a die-cast skeleton, so it's perfectly fine. You can see that it's holding the weight perfectly fine. It's not gonna fall down by all means. And die-cast pieces are, as you can see, all the joints here. This is all die-cast, and so is the side. They're all die-cast feet. Everything. The joints are very stiff, which is nice. And also the skeleton here, they're all die-cast. All the joints, you can see, they're all cool to touch. So that's one thing about these figures. So and obviously this one can also go up, right? So yeah, you can have so many crazy poses. I've seen some people in Japan, and they really love their Gundams, and they know how to pose their characters better than I do. I'm not very good at it, but they're so good at it. I mean, I look at, oh my god, this is so cool. I mean, I don't know how they manage to move stuff around there. But anyway, so yeah, you can make it all around like that. And then the backpack is also is a jet plane basically. You can just pull it out. If I pull it out, then I can show you that it can turn into a plane. Right, so I took it all out now. So sorry, I paused the video a little bit. So there we are. So these are the beam sabers I was talking about. If you pull this out and then you attach one of these light effects on it, and then that will be there. And you might be wondering what this hole is about. So this is something you can clip it in, and you can put on a flight stand. And then so the good thing about this one, they all come with the same kind of flight stand, and you can put it in there, and then you can make it looks like a fighting in the airs or whatever that you want to do, which is really cool. So on its own, that's what it looks like. So it just come like that basically, and nothing on here. So he doesn't have any accessory on it now. So and if you want to turn this, and you can also turn this front as well, so you can treat it as a shield, as you can imagine. So yeah, and then you can put these things on it, so you can treat it as a shield. But I normally like it as sideway there, for example. And anyway, let's see the flight. Okay, right. I just reassembled this plane. So basically, it's something that looks like this. So you have this another pack underneath there, so you just put it in. And so basically, when you have a flight stand, and you can just put it there, and it will stay as the as a backpack, or maybe as a jet plane. So yeah, so at the moment I'm not gonna take out the flight stand. I just can't be bothered with this, so at the moment, so you can have all the planes as it is. So you can actually fold. You can have loads of articulation that you can fold it around like this all you want. You can move this stuff around, and you can move this wing down as well. So there's so many different way that you can do with this guy. So he can have fly around like this. So basically, here's his plane basically, and or you can actually treat it as a shield. You can actually take out this side pieces to make it looks like another blade. So this piece can come off. So if I take it out, so basically like that, and you can also take this out as well. So if you click together, and you can actually extend that, so the blade can actually extend, as you can see. And if I move it there, if I move the back, and then you can actually clip these two together like this, and then that will treat it as the some kind of like a shield as well as the blade. Okay, so or if you don't like it that way, so you can just push this in, and then you can put it on the arm, and then he will treat it as the blade, on the arm. So I think it go underneath there. So there you go, like that. So you can see it's really cool. Yeah, so you can treat it as a blade, and then swords can just take it out easily, just like that. And then you can just put another one underneath there. So you can use your imagination however way you like to pose this guy. So look at this. So it's cool. And the joints are ridiculously flexible. Look at this. You can bend all the way you want. So the hands are so easily movable. And you can bend it. So this is normally in most character, that's about it you can do. And here you can do all kind of articulation. Every little corner you can move around, which is incredible. That's what I love about Gundam. They're so flexible. There's so much possibility. Creativity is your key, basically. You can create however way you like, and so you can bend like this. Okay, so what I also like is that the green little things here, they're also really cool effects there. And if you bend it like that, you can see is how much you can move around. And then you can spread arms. You can go all the way up like this. check this out. Man, this is like definitely like a human, you know, you can do just like human. Actually, you can go up all the way there, you can go down, you can stretch up, and the legs also so much possibility. So you can move it a little bit, you can go sideways, and the knee can go all the way there at the back. Check this out, they're all die cast here. This is really cool. And then the feet can go sideways as well, and then you can have a little toe articulation as well. You can move up, down, sideways. Oh, so cool. You can spread as much as you want. Yeah, and you can also go up, down, and you have so many posability style. You can do like this, you know, and you can fight it in the air and all kind of different things. Yeah, so there we are. This is one of those Gundams. You know, I can show you more other poses and stuff if you want, but it will take a bit of time to me to think about it and how do I create it and so on and so forth. So I'm not very, you know, good with posing, but I just like figures. So there we are. So you can do like this, or you know, you can fight in the air. Yeah, if you have a beans, soles and stuff, you can have different kind of sole. You can put it one down, one up. So yeah, there you go. One is down that way, and then you can put this one up. So let's pull this out. This is too long. Take it out, and then I can put it up there. As you can see that, you can see the how all the things are gonna come around like this. See, for example, you know. So look at that. Very cool. Yeah. So you can have all the different, you know, poses. Yeah, so there we are. So this is Gundam, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm gonna show you a couple more other Gundams later on. Yeah, each one has a unique features, and of course they're not all the same, and they're all different in their own way. This one is double risers with 7 swords. So basically, this is a melee class, and but of course he has a gun as well, so you can turn these sword into a gun as I showed you before. But the some of them are more focused on range attack, and this guy is focused more on the close range attack basically. So this is more melee robot. Anyway, so thanks for watching. See you in the next video.